Hi, thank you for joining us at the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center, and today we are discussing for our FAQ, what is live? Obviously you're watching live now, but there have been a lot of developments in the live community and the different options that are available on social media, specifically Facebook, who launched Live 360 earlier this week. They actually did a Live 360 tour of the Mars base in Utah, which was actually really cool. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, go back and kind of see what they were able to do. You won't get the same live effect, but it's basically a way to play off of the 360 feature that they already offer. In order to do the Live 360, you are going to need a camera, a special 360 camera for that. In addition to the Facebook Live 360 feed, there was also Instagram Live, which is a really great opportunity for people who already have a strong Instagram base. If you have a lot of friends or you have a lot of businesses that follow you and vice versa, it's a really great way to kind of go out there and share. The one thing to note about Instagram Live, though, is that once you are finished with the video, it does go away. It does delete, so it's not going to stay in your Instagram profile. It's very similar to Snapchat videos, so think about that in competition with that. The other big news, which I actually think is bigger news, is Twitter. Twitter Live now. Now, if you know anything about Twitter, you know that you've been able to do live in the past, but now we've got a little bit extra in there for you because now you don't have to do it through Periscope. I've talked to some people, and some people have been able to update their Twitter app and they already have the capability, and some people don't. So don't be worried if you don't have it yet. The main thing to focus on is, what does this do for Periscope? And that's why I really think it's a big deal, is Periscope, as basically each member keeps jumping into the live pool. Periscope was really big at first, but now it's not the only key player, and people aren't playing with them. So as more and more live opportunities are opening up, you're actually seeing the usage of Periscope going down. So the fact that Twitter is able to create a place so that you're able to go live on Twitter without using Periscope, honestly, I think it's the death of Periscope. I think it's going to be done soon. So just keep that in mind. But for all of that information, there's some really key takeaways from this. So what I want to focus on today for this FAQ, because this is a lot of information, is how small businesses and how area businesses in the Roanoke Valley and all of Southwest Virginia, honestly, can utilize these different components, these different options for your business. So in thinking about Facebook Live 360, what I honestly think is a really great option for businesses is to do it in different markets. So specifically, let's look at realtors. Let's look at real estate agents. Let's say that you're doing an open house, you're doing it live, and a lot of people have shown up, or maybe even only a few have shown up, but you really want to create buzz for where you are. Do a live 360 of your open house. Actually walk through the house, show the different capabilities. The beauty of live is it makes people feel more connected. They're actually able to feel like they're experiencing something, like they're actually there. And this Live 360 from Facebook is really a step towards VR for them. They actually have a lot of VR stuff in development. So I see that going in that direction for the future. So keep that in mind. The main things to focus on is, another thing would be, let's say that you're having a ribbon cutting and you really want to kind of showcase for the people who aren't able to be there, whether it be your supporters, whether it be the bank that backed you, whether it be the consultants that you worked with before you opened. It's a really great way to kind of thank people, to kind of get them going and really letting them be a part of that moment for you, which I really love. The other thing to think about is for Twitter Live and Instagram Live, is thinking about who are you connected with on those specific platforms. You want to really focus and showcase what you're doing based on who's going to be watching you, so really keep that in mind. One thing I really love that was done live recently was the City of Roanoke did a live video on Facebook Live for the Roanoke City Christmas Parade, and if you weren't here, it was freezing. It was cold. There were a lot of people who wanted to come, but it was just too cold and they just didn't want to do it with their children, or they were elderly. They had a lot of reasons to stay home. But knowing this, the City of Roanoke was able to do a live Facebook link, and they were able to showcase so that people who were there in their homes, whether they were downtown, whether they were in Grandin, whether they were in a completely different state, they were able to really kind of experience it. And they went one step further. When people were watching and when people were commenting and loving and sending their love to Roanoke and talking about the floats and the parts of the parade that they really liked, they commented back to them. They created a dialogue, and as anyone in the business community will tell you, it's all about relationships. So being able to foster those relationships through live, if someone comments, you comment back, you thank them for following, you thank them for sharing, all of those great components where you're really kind of talking back to your audience is going to be perfect. It is really going to be a great thing for you. So think about that moving forward. So obviously this is going to be a new way for you to create brand awareness, to be able to create growth. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to really utilize and create a space for your patrons, your audience, to actually see things that they haven't gotten a chance to see before. So great behind the scenes features is great. If you wanted to do a tour of your workshop, or you wanted to do a tour of your store, or if you're doing a new window and you wanted to tease the new window that you're doing for the holiday or something, it's a really great opportunity, and it doesn't have to be that long. It can be really short. It's a really great way for you to give back and really kind of create, like I said before, that dialogue with your audience. So please keep that in mind. So feel free when we're having these videos, if you have a comment, we want to create that dialogue with you too. So feel free to give us comments. Feel free to ask questions too. If you have any other questions about any of the live platforms that are being offered this week, or you have any other questions that have to do with social media, feel free to reach out to us. You can do it through here on Facebook. We would love to answer your questions and see what we can do to help your small business. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center for our FAQ series, and I hope that we'll see you live on social media. Have a great day, guys.